I know we all want this COVID thing to end, and it will. The restrictions in place now won't last forever. Smart people are figuring out how to get vaccines to everyone, but it will take a little longer. Until then, we need to recommit and finish strong. COVID won't stop spreading on its own. We have to stop spreading it. Meet with friends outside, social distance, and most of all, wear a mask. We're all in. Are you?
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love, the latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is the premier award-winning student property in Orem. With renovations of nearly $5 million, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or remote, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, so safety and support is the top priority. Lease now and get half off your November rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, inside the UCCU Center, where the Wolverines are hosting the Aggies of New Mexico State yet again. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited for this one. If it's anything like what we saw yesterday in a thrilling matchup where Utah Valley led most of the way, only by a couple of scores, though, and New Mexico State on the shoulders of Prince, who just went absolutely nuts in the second half yesterday. But that game is in the past. Utah Valley trying to take care of business here at home. I'm Kyle Bruderer alongside Matthew Biamonte. Matt, so good to have you back on the horse again, man.
Glad to be here, and I'm really excited for this matchup. You just talked about Prince and what she did off the bench for the Aggies yesterday. The Wolverines have got to do a better job of getting some bench production. And, of course, they've got to do a better job rebounding, something Coach Nielsen talked about yesterday. They were out-rebounded by 12. I'm sure that's been a point of emphasis since that game ended last night.
It was, in a lot of cases, when you see the box score, usually it's, the team that wins has a slight edge in almost every statistical category, but it really went back and forth where, like you said, the rebounding for New Mexico State was superior. Utah Valley turned the ball over less, and then Utah Valley shot the ball from the floor a little bit better. But it really came down the final stretch of the game where New Mexico State made plays and Utah Valley fell a little bit short.
New Mexico State shot 70% from the field in the fourth quarter.
That
9 for 13 from the field. So they made shots at the end of the game when they needed to.
All right, let's get to your. Fano will give them another shot. About a minute gone by in the first quarter.
Fano was in double digits yesterday. She's just an outstanding, I don't mean this in a negative way, obviously, but just a tweener. Can play guard, can play forward. multiple positions.
Yes, absolutely.
And she's just been an outstanding weapon this year for Utah Valley.
The pass was a little off the mark as they tried to find Josie Williams inside. Eccles, who hit the go-ahead game winner yesterday, pulls up and is off the mark on the mid-range J. Josie Williams cleans up the board.
Josie, one thing that's really stuck out to me this year, she's just more physical.
Yes.
She's improved her rebounding. She's improved her ability to finish at the basket. Just great stuff from Josie.
Carvalho dials up a three and sends it home. Utah Valley strikes first.
Carvalho is another one of those players throughout the past couple of years who's just developed so well. I don't know if in her freshman or sophomore season she would have been comfortable taking that shot. Now she takes it with ease and routinely makes it.
New Mexico State able to get on the board. And Inusa gets her first bucket today.
8 points yesterday in their first meeting of the year.
Sohail's going to take a straight-on three. That one off the back iron, no good. Sohail struggled a bit yesterday. She had a hard time shooting, got into her own head, but and she comes up with rebounds, though. The effort is definitely there.
She was 1 of 5 yesterday, Kyle. You do have to give her credit, though. 6 rebounds. So
yes.
Wasn't hitting shots, but still contributed.
Anderson will skip it to Sohail. New Mexico State so far has really been forcing Utah Valley deep into the shot clock. We didn't see this a whole lot yesterday. Fano gets an open look from 3, and it's off the mark. So good job by the Aggies.
Wolverines 1 of 3 to start, Kyle, from downtown. Yesterday, they were 6 for 21. They did outscore New Mexico State +9 in terms of points made from downtown, but that percentage, you'd like that to be a little higher than it was yesterday, and right now 1 for 3.
Williams gets it deep in the paint. Little pump fake, floats it up, and it is off the mark. But we're going to have an offensive foul. This is going to go against Terrell as I think she was kind of retaliating. She kind of threw an elbow at Josie. I'm not sure what happened before that.
Substitutions, Madison Grange. She'll see some action when the refs allow, but
take a look at the replay here. Ooh, yeah, she threw a little saucy elbow.
Lucky that didn't connect.
Yeah.
But that's a good call. And I think it's important for the officials to establish early in this game there's not going to be bully ball down low. And I think calling stuff, especially in the first quarter, sets the tone for how it's going to be the rest of the time.
I totally agree, Matt. Malu foul, drop step inside. Can't quite get it.
Love the look from Malufau. She's certainly capable. That one just didn't go down, but I would continue to attack the paint if I'm Utah Valley.
Inusa picked up the dribble, and now there's Prince, who was the savior of the second half yesterday, immediately coming in and scoring.
Prince is a special offensive talent, 12.1 points per game for New Mexico State on the year. She is entirely a mid-range scorer, though.
Yeah.
She's only taken 2 3-pointers on the season. So if you're Utah Valley, step off a little bit and try to make her take longer shots.
Fano gets it deep in the paint and has to tiptoe on the line and couldn't quite get a good look. And again, Utah Valley deep in the shot clock. Great pass inside from Carvalho. Malufau comes up short, gets her own rebound. And Madison Grange will step into a long 2. That's nothing but net.
Beautiful shot by Madison Grange. And what I really loved about that was she steps into it. Sometimes off the dribble you can hurry your shot. She just took her time.
Yeah.
Good follow through and nailed the long range jumper.
Bradley will swing it over to Inusa. Inusa going right into traffic. I think it's going to be a travel, and it is. We'll have our first media timeout of the day. About 5 minutes left. Utah Valley up 5-4. We'll see you back here on the WAC Digital Network in a moment.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
About 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Matt, what stood out to you so far in the first?
I think both teams are just trying to figure each other out here after a nail-biter last night. And I don't know if we bring this up enough, Kyle, but it's not normal to play the same team within a 24-hour span.
Yeah.
It just does not happen, and I think because of the nature of the way that this season's going, because of the pandemic, there's a little bit of feeling out. And you see that right now. Wolverines are 2 of 8, shooting 25%. Mexico's 2 of 6, 33%. You can see here the Aggies going in a full-court press to shake things up, but I think both teams are still feeling each other out here on a back-to-back.
The Aggies did bring out that full-court press. I think it was more towards the second half or maybe the very end of the first half yesterday, and it caused some problems for Utah Valley. So it looks like Utah Valley was able to break out of that much easier this time around.
I'd still love to see the Wolverines go down in the paint. Malafau had position there, but now they're going to have to hoist a long-range J.
Got to get it off, and unfortunately, no. Again, this is so different from what we saw yesterday, as New Mexico State is really forcing Utah Valley to use up virtually the whole shot clock, and I think the Wolverines, they were able to get quality looks pretty quickly yesterday, so this is definitely different.
I'm curious to watch the Prince-Grange matchup down here. Prince does not want to shoot three-pointers. And great defense as Grange denies the pass.
I love that she's guarding her, too, because she was the one who made the impact yesterday, so I love the move by Coach Nielsen.
Wolverines had a chance there to capitalize on the fast break, but unable to find an open man, and now they're going to have to get it done in the half court.
Sohail. They try lobbing it into Fano. Fano catches it. It's kind of sandwiched, but is able to get it through the net either way.
Nice finish there from Fano. And again, I think the Wolverines, what we've seen here in the first quarter, is their best offense comes from getting it down low. That needs to be a point of emphasis. Start there. If you pass out, that's great. But let's start in the paint if you're the Wolverines.
Fano stays straight up, no whistle, and Utah Valley cleans it up.
Here's Fano, as I mentioned earlier, that positionless basketball, gets the rebound, brings it up, sets up the offense. What a weapon to have a player like that.
Malufau in the paint, tries to turn off the glass. This one's no good.
Tough start for Malufau, 0 for 3 off the bench here in the first.
Henderson steps through and can't connect, so there is Fano with her third rebound today.
2 points, 3 rebounds. Good first quarter for Fano.
Corner three's on the way, and in and out, no good for Neha Sohail.
Here's a switch here. They got Carvalho on Prince.
Malufau, unaware of the trajectory of the ball, knocks it off her hand, and that will go back to the Aggies. A couple subs coming in for both teams. Josie Williams and looks like Wright checks into the game for Utah Valley. Sydney Wright.
Love this combination of Josie Williams and Malufau, as both of them, I think they prefer to play down low, but are certainly capable of hitting a mid-range jumper. I would imagine you see some high-low action involving those two, where Malufau or Williams is near the free throw line and then tries to get it even deeper into the paint. Maybe a bounce pass, but I love the combination of those two post players.
Eccles able to get it into Henderson, and then Eccles with the three. That's good.
Beautiful looking shot there, and that's the first three-pointer made and taken by New Mexico State. Yesterday they only took 9, made 3, but here they start hot, 1 for 1.
Grange inside to Williams. Williams will turn and fire with the left hand and score. I love that she goes with the left hand so often, and she's not a lefty.
No, right-handed player, but in the paint, she's perfected that left-hand baby hook, and that's a weapon for her.
Josie Williams called for the foul.
Low scoring first quarter here, 9-7. Both teams shooting in the low 30%. I got to imagine, though, Coach Nielsen's happy. You look at the rebounds, Wolverines +1 in that category, done a much better job on the glass. Look, this is going to be a close game, bottom line.
Yep.
Both of these teams are talented. Yesterday, they were tied 12 different times in the game. Plenty of lead changes back and forth. Wolverines had the lead and lost it 10 separate times yesterday.
Yep.
So right now it's 9-9. I think it's right on brand with what we're going to see between these teams. And it's going to come down to, like it did yesterday, who can make a play late.
Yeah, it's feeling the feeling is very, very similar to what we saw yesterday, where both teams are very talented, but neither team it's like they have to work very hard for every point that is scored. And Williams turns, and that is a tough shot, but a good contest by Terrell, straight up.
Well, and what Terrell did so well on that possession was getting Williams away from the basket before the ball got to her.
Big time 3 by Eccles. Eccles starting off great today, just carrying over where she finished off yesterday, and New Mexico State takes a 3-point lead.
And they're 2 of 2 from downtown. They don't take a lot of them, as we mentioned, but when they're making them like this, it changes the way you play defensively.
Wright takes that high pick, and she'll fire up a 3. That one's way off the mark.
This is a critical defensive possession, Kyle, in a game that it's back and forth. It's so close. In this first quarter, the Wolverines have led for the majority of it. Aggies just took their first lead. You don't want to go down 5 or 6 because you lost that last minute. You played such good basketball for 9 minutes, and then that last minute, New Mexico State goes on a 5-0, 6-0 run and makes things difficult.
Terrell.
There's the stop they needed.
Yep. Clock is trickling down. Carvalho with the floater as time is expiring.
The lefty floater, we may add. That was with their left hand. Half of the Wolverines' points have come from the left hand.
It's the lefty first quarter, I suppose. Utah Valley down 1 after the first quarter. We'll be right back for quarter number 2.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized.
Just like that, the first quarter's in the books. Second quarter about to begin. Utah Valley up. Excuse me, they are not up. Utah Valley down 11-12. But let's take a look at the current WAC standings and point out how important it is. Utah Valley currently in 3rd place, right behind Grand Canyon. Utah Valley split the win-loss column between with Grand Canyon last weekend. Grand Canyon playing California Baptist today, and California Baptist has not lost, and so if the trend continues, Utah Valley does have an opportunity to finish 2nd in the WAC before the conference tournament, which is exactly where you want to be if you're Utah Valley. And of note, California Baptist cannot go to the NCAA tournament, and so the 2nd place team will have the automatic bid. So that gives Utah Valley a wonderful opportunity. Can they capitalize on senior night? Fano takes a tough angle but gets her own rebound. Williams with the left hand.
What an unselfish play there from Fano, too. You miss the layup. You get the ball back. I think the instinct is to go up again. She dishes it off to Williams, who has a clean path to the basket, and it's an easy bucket.
Still with the left hand.
A lot of left-hand buckets by the Wolverines. Williams affecting things on both sides of the ball.
At least
She's
2 blocks
rebounding
so
well.
far.
She's got some blocks. She's added 4 points as well offensively.
Carvalho takes that high pick from Josie. Sohail in the corner. Fano, so efficient down low, and a great pass. It barely squeaked in through defenders. Utah Valley goes up 3.
Fano, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Good response from the Wolverines. They're on a 6-0 run right now. Great response after the Aggies went up by 3, and they've regained control.
First trip to the free throw line for either team today, which is, again, pretty similar to what we saw yesterday. I'm probably going to say that the rest of today, but Terrell able to knock that one down.
First point for Terrell. She was 0-3 before that trip to the free throw line.
Second free throw up, and it gets the friendly bounce. Prince checks back into the game for the Aggies.
It's going to be interesting to see who guards Prince on the other end for Utah Valley. They used Grange in the first quarter. She's obviously not on the floor right now.
I'd love to see Kayla Anderson guard her. Anderson is a scrappy defender with that wide base. She started guarding her yesterday and gave her a little hip check, and oh man, immediately. She's just so good, that little mid-range jumper.
You can't lose her in transition. That's got to be, she's someone who's so dangerous and so athletic. She's got to be picked up at least at half court. And that time, I think there was a defensive breakdown by the Wolverines. She was lost in translation, and easy bucket. And then you lose her defensively. That's not ideal. But then to commit the foul and make it an and one, that's worst case scenario there.
And she's able to knock down the free throw. There's another lead change, 17-15, New Mexico State. Fano will give it up to Carvalho.
Aggies defensively doing a great job. There's 10 seconds left. Wolverines haven't even had an opportunity to shoot the basketball yet, and the shot clock's gone.
So Hale's going to drive baseline. They're going to have to get a shot off. Carvalho does. Comes up short. She didn't really get to shoot it in rhythm. She had to fire it up real quick, so it came up short. Prince, man, when she crosses over too, it's just beautiful. That's the only way to say it. She does it so slowly. She stops on a dime, but then it's such a slow cross back, and we're going to have a foul against New Mexico State as Kayla Anderson hits the deck.
That's why you box out. That's why it's a quote-unquote fundamental of basketball. She had the position. New Mexico State committed the foul, and Wolverines get possession.
Last home game of the year, can't hold anything back. Anderson down to Williams. She's fouled and doesn't make it, but that will send Josie to the free throw line. A very good free throw shooter.
77% on the year. And for players with more than 10 attempts, Kyle, that's the highest percentage on the Wolverines roster. A couple players there in the low 70s. Josie at 77. She's 46 of 60 on the year. So even though she did not make the shot, a trip to the free throw line is just as good for the Wolverines when Williams is at the free throw line.
And Williams, just like Matt said, just as good as the bucket. 6 points for Josie in 9 minutes of play. Utah Valley ties it up.
And it is Anderson on Prince. There's a switch there, which I love. Go under the screen and make her shoot the three. She has not made a three-point shot this year. That's what you want to do.
10 on the shot clock. Prince with the ball. She'll pull up for an elbow jumper. That one's off the mark. Williams thought she was going to take it.
I did too. She's certainly capable, Kyle. She's made 3 3-pointers on the year. She's 3 of 8, so 38% from 3.
Williams, great pass inside to Fano. And again, when Fano gets it under the basket like that, near automatic. The high-low action that Matt predicted.
Well, that's just when you got a player of Williams' skill set who's just so gifted offensively, who can make the pass.
Yes, that's step number one.
So, I mean, what a luxury to have a player like Williams. To me, she's an all-conference player.
Yeah.
I think on both sides of the floor, she can play offensive, defense, she can pass, she can shoot. She's a complete package, and then, it doesn't hurt that she's 6'5", and it's incredible stuff. And that pass, that's not an easy pass.
No. Right, especially when you have to lob it over someone virtually the same size, and oh man, Kayla Anderson with the scrappy near headlock.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Yes.
That's definitely a foul on Kayla. The one thing you can't get tricked into doing in the full court press is dribbling.
Yep.
Maybe 1 or 2, but the way you beat the press is with the pass. And what happened there is Kayla tried to break it with the dribble and got poked away and turned into a turnover. So when the Aggies press, it's got to be the pass that breaks the press.
Pass inside, kind of gets broken up, but goes right back into Henderson's hands. Inusa shovels it inside, and off the mark is Harper. Another rebound for Josie Williams. UVU leads 19-17. Fano deep in the paint again.
Incredible stuff from Josie Williams. The patience as Fano gets positioned down low. The Wolverines finishing with the left hand. They take a 4-point lead, and it's all momentum here in the UCCU Center for the Wolverines of Utah Valley.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
(21-17) is your score here in Orem, Utah. The Wolverines lead at home with 5:40 left in the first half. And Utah Valley, they're shooting the ball a lot better. They're, as Matt said so emphatically a moment ago, a 6-0 run over the last minute 40, and they've held the Aggies 0 of 4 from the field. So Utah Valley is able to create a little bit of separation, and the more separation you can get against this Aggie team, the better, because they've shown they can close out the second half very well, especially with number 23, Prince, with the ball in her hands.
And they're making a living in the paint where they should be making a living. They're outscoring New Mexico State 14-6 in that green area here in Orem, Utah. So I think they're doing exactly what they should be doing, and they just have to continue doing it. Easier said than done, but I think they're executing the game plan right now.
Beautiful kick out, and again, Prince does not want any part of the three, so she drives in and kicks.
Don't run her off the line. She doesn't want to shoot that shot. Sohail's just got to let her take the shot because she blew by her. Now, it didn't result in points, but that's exactly what Prince wants to do. Scouting report, she doesn't shoot threes. Give her the space in that situation.
Carvalho picked up by Prince. Williams, one-on-one, turns and fires with the right hand this time. That one's no good.
Aggies, 3 of 3 from downtown. It's keeping them alive here in the first half because the Wolverines have a decisive advantage down low. But those three-pointers from New Mexico State have them within one.
That pass off the mark will go back to the Aggies. So New Mexico State with a chance to take the lead with a bucket here. Henderson will bring it up. Carvalho picks her up way early. Henderson goes right at Sohail and just got super congested down there. Now Prince. And so close, but it ends up being a turnover. Utah Valley off and running. Carvalho, the recipient, and off the mark, but the putback is good by Neha Sohail.
Great effort there from Sohail to run out on the break. You just never know when that's going to happen. So credit to her for being there and then cleaning up the miss from Carvalho.
That's got to feel good for Neha to see one go through the net because she struggled so much yesterday and has missed her first few shots today. So sometimes that's all it takes, and then you go on a bit of a run there.
She was 0 of 3 before that. 1 of 4 now. First points for Sohail.
Henderson just gets rejected by Josie Williams. Sohail, is she feeling it? Oh, she gets blocked, but it will stay with Utah Valley.
Grange will come in.
Williams calling for it down low, and she, throws a big old shoulder and gets the foul, too.
More high-low action, just a luxury you have with Fano, Malufau, and Williams. This time it was Williams down low with Fano up top. We've seen the inverse of that a couple times, and Williams just patiently buying time, getting to her spot, and finishes. Sometimes in those situations, too, you'll see an offensive foul, but I didn't feel like there was a hook or an elbow. No. I just felt like she made a good physical move and drew the foul. So I like the call, the three-point play. Williams is playing good basketball. 9 points, 3 rebounds for Josie.
Wolverines bringing out some pressure, causing a little bit of frustration for the Aggies. Utah Valley off in transition. Sohail floats it up. No good. And can Williams track it down? Yes, she does.
Wolverines defense is cranking up here in the second.
Prince with a huge block on Maria Carvalho and then comes up with the turnover afterwards.
This time they're going to put Sohail on Prince. A lot of switching, though, by the Wolverines defensively.
Prince stops on a dime, turns and fires. That one rattles in.
She is just a gifted scorer. There's not much else to say there. She knows how to get her shot off, and she's efficient. 7 points to lead the Aggies is Prince.
Grange picked up her dribble, but able to get it out of her hands. Now Carvalho, 10 on the shot clock. Williams to Fano. Clock is ticking down. Fano, and looks like she shuffled her pivot. She kind of got shoved off of her pivot a little bit, but the official decides it's a travel, so that's what it is.
Only the 4th turnover for the Wolverines. So they're doing a good job getting shots up. They're only shooting 39%, which is 6% higher than the Aggies. But at the end of the day, I think you want to get shots up. And we've seen a couple times where they get the offensive rebound and get points off of it. So as they keep the turnovers low and just get more cracks at the rim, that's good for the Wolverines.
Prince with a great drive and kick. New Mexico State trims the lead to 2. Williams looking for Fano, can't find her. Carvalho will step back and take a long 2. Tough shot, rebounded by Inusa. Inusa, the Euro step, but it looks like it may have been deflected. Gathered up by Shea Fano, and that'll be a timeout. Utah Valley's going to call one. And
I don't think Coach Nielsen liked the pace there. I think
so
he wanted to get control of things. With 1 minute and 11 seconds left, we'll finish out the first half here in Orem, Utah after the break.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home. Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us. Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
About a minute to play left in the first half, and the ball is stolen away. Prince leaking out, and that one will rattle home for Prince.
9 points now for Prince. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They have got to find a way, Kyle, to get her away from the basket. Dare her to take long-range shots.
Grange now out to Carvalho. Fano just has a wide-open look from 3. She'll take it. No good. Carvalho sneaks in for the offensive board, and the floater is off the mark, too. Prince. She'll kick it out. 15 on the clock. Eccles against Williams. Eccles holding for the last.
Good switch.
Great job by Utah Valley causing the deflection, and time will expire. That's, kind of best case scenario for the Wolverines at that point. We end the half 26-26. We're all tied up.
We were all tied up yesterday, too, at the half. So the first 6 quarters of basketball between these two teams, very similar. I think we're in for a very exciting second half, just like we had yesterday.
We had Utah Valley with a 6-0 run a moment ago, and that is traded in for a 6-0 run by the Aggies. And the Wolverines, 0 of their last 5, haven't scored in 3 minutes, so a halftime break is probably just what the doctor ordered, and we'll take a break here as well on the WAC Digital Network, so we'll see you here in Orem, Utah for the second half.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing. This is home.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year-end sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
So when I was getting recruited, when I was in the transfer portal, I was in St. George with my family, and they wanted to do a Zoom call with me and my parents. And so we're all doing a Zoom call, me and my parents, and my dad was like talking about me and like how much he appreciated the coaches and the opportunity that they were giving me. And he started crying, and all the coaches were like, "Oh, you're gonna make me cry," and they were starting to tear up too, and they still bring it up to this day. They're like, "Your dad is so sweet." A lot of these girls I already knew before from high school ball, and so I think that's fun. But also just like Polynesians and like our family aspect, like we all have really big families and our families all know each other, and so I feel like that's what is the most fun to me. I try to stay as positive as possible and include everyone all the time. Like it's important to have a relationship on and off the court with your teammates, because if you don't have a good relationship off, you're not gonna be able to play good on. I love like being on the water. Like I love boating, skiing, surfing, stuff like that. I like water stuff. Other than that, though, I just like being with my family. Is that a hobby? Board games?
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
You know, that's when I get a lot. But it's two things. One, both my parents are American. But the other thing is, like, when I'm at home, when I'm in Australia, I do sound more Australian, like, for sure. Not completely, but, like, half and half. Like, I want to be a sports analyst. So I figured that was the right pathway to go. But I also really love to write. Like, if it wasn't basketball, like, that's really my other passion. Like, my favorite thing about writing is that I can put my opinion and I can speak passionately about something. Yeah, just like put it out there for anyone to read. My dad coaches professionally and he used to play and like went to college and all that, but ever since I was born, he's coached professionally, and so I was just always around it. Like I was always going to his practices and always just listening to him talk about it and watching basketball, so probably that way.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch All-Wheel Drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
It's not always easy being the exception. They'll tell you you don't belong, that it's not your place, that it'll never fly. But here, you learn that you have a choice. You can listen to those voices, or you can leave them all speechless. But the key component there is you.
Welcome back to Orem, Utah. I'm Kyle Bruder with Matthew Biamonte on the call. After the first half, we're tied up at 26. I think we're in for another close game, Matt.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I was looking at the scores yesterday. Neither team won a quarter by more than 5 points. And so I think what you saw here in the first half with both teams tied at 26, the shooting percentage very similar. Wolverines rebounding much better than they did last game. Turnovers low. That big one at the bottom, I think, is what's kept New Mexico State around. 6-point swing there in a tight game is a lot. So for them to be 3 of 3 from downtown and the Wolverines are ice cold, 1 of 8. But really, it's just a continuation of what we saw yesterday where it was neck and neck. And in the fourth quarter, the Aggies got hot. They made a bucket late. The Wolverines had a couple cracks at it. It didn't happen. Who's going to make that play late, I think, is going to determine a winner.
And the upcoming schedule for Utah Valley, we kind of got a couple of these past games. As I mentioned before, they won the first match against Grand Canyon, lost against Grand Canyon, and then they lost to New Mexico State yesterday. Today, obviously, we're still ongoing. UTRGV, so this is the last home game here. And they're going to play UTRGV 2 days in a row, the 26th and 27th. And then in March, they rescheduled the matches against Tarleton for March 5th and 6th. And then we've got the WAC tournament directly after that. So there's still, even though we're at the tail end, there's still a lot of basketball to be played.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the Wolverines, I don't want to say control their own destiny because they need help from Grand Canyon. But if they can win out, I think they will be the 2 seed if things go their way. And so it's not the end of the world, the 2 versus the 3, especially in a pandemic. But you always want to control your own destiny when it comes to that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. New Mexico starting things off. Sohail putting the pressure on. Now Inusa. UVU putting down the defensive clamps, but a great drive and kick inside. Terrell, the recipient.
4 points now for Terrell. That's her first made field goal. She was 0 of 4 previous to that bucket. Oh!
Tough pass inside, but a great steal. New Mexico State off to a great start.
4-0 spurt to begin, and I think Grays was surprised to be that open after the hesitation. Kayla Anderson went flying by, and then
I think everyone was surprised. It was like, wait a second, what? Nice pass inside.
Back to the paint is where the Wolverines need to go, even though that one didn't go in. High percentage shots. Wolverines are outscoring them in the paint, 18-14. It should all start there offensively.
They go inside, and Fano kind of bit really hard on the dream shake to the right and commits the foul. So that will send New Mexico State to the free throw line, and Uncle Mo is wearing a New Mexico State jersey right now.
They've come out with energy. They've come out with, I think, just a better defensive resolve. You saw Terrell keep that steal in bounds, diving out of bounds. Now she's on the free throw line. Just seems like the Aggies, a little more energy from them to start this third quarter.
First free throw is no good for Terrell. She'll get one more. She knocks down the second. Some pressure coming from the Aggies. They've done a really good job forcing Utah Valley to really even start their offense with 10 seconds gone by on the shot clock, which has made things tough for the Wolverines. Carvalho, left wing, picked up early, and it's stolen away, and Tholavalu wanted to dive, but the official was right there in the way. She's all smiles, and the official's grateful she didn't get pummeled into the bench.
12 on the shot clock here. Let's see if the Wolverines can get a good look. Already 8 seconds left.
Carvalho, she's going to pull up straight on three, is a little short.
1 of 9 for the Wolverines. Just cannot hit from downtown, and now the Aggies are taking it inside. I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I can see why the
I thought
New Mexico
that was
State
off of
bench
Josie
is...
Williams' foot. Love to see a replay on that one. I don't know if we're going to get it, but from my vantage point, it looked like it was off Williams. Hey, Wolverines haven't scored yet. 2 minutes have gone by, no score. It's been a 5-0 start for the Aggies.
Carvalho in the corner. She's able to find Williams on the block. She's doubled pretty much instantly. Carvalho to Fano. And New Mexico State really suffocating. And Madison Grange pulling out some extra tricks I didn't know she had in the bag.
Everyone's got the left hand on this Wolverines team seemingly, but that was a great defensive possession by the Aggies. Let's not discount that. And for Grange to spin inside and get the shot off with the left hand, that's got to be a little defeating for New Mexico State because that was just great defense, better offense there right at the end of the shot clock.
Prince hangs in the air, can't connect, and it will go off of the Wolverines.
Wolverines have got to get back to crashing the glass as a team. Right now, they have no rebounds in the third quarter. They're only out-rebounded 2-0, but these kind of things can compound as a game goes along. They did such a great job in the first half. They've got to make finishing possessions on the glass a point of emphasis here in the third quarter.
Prince no good on the jumper, and a foul against Utah Valley. Let's see who it's against. Looks like it'll be against Josie Williams.
Again, not to beat a dead horse here, but the Aggies are missing shots. You've got to clear the rebound. And there you commit a foul. Those are the little things that when it comes to a close game, that can be the difference between a win and a loss.
Prince with a crossover, an elbow jumper. Prince has gone cold the last few possessions. Utah Valley's just got to capitalize on that.
Let's see if they can capitalize right here. Down 3.
And Williams couldn't quite handle it. And she shuffled her feet. I couldn't really see it from our vantage point. It looked more like she got fouled, but she's going to hit the bench as that is 2 quick ones on her, and in comes Vai Malufau.
This is a critical stretch here for the Wolverines without Williams. Williams has been their leading scorer, 9 points, 5 rebounds. She's been outstanding. Can they stay close with the Aggies playing much better basketball here in the third quarter?
Eccles, the floater inside, no good, but the putback is good from Terrell.
The Aggie bench erupts. Just you can feel it here in the UCCU Center. The energy is all in favor of the Aggies.
Off the mark with the pass, and fortunately for Utah Valley, I think Tholavalu stepped out. The Wolverines will get it back. 6:15 left in the third quarter, and Utah Valley down 5.
Big break for the Wolverines there because just the momentum is all in favor of New Mexico State. Now you get a chance to take some of that back. This reminds me a little bit of what we saw in that second quarter when Coach Nielsen took that timeout. Just pace was getting out of control. They were being rushed. Kind of feels that way right now, and hopefully a bucket here can settle the Wolverines down a little bit, get back to playing good defense, and then they got a rebound. They're being out-rebounded 5-1 here in the third quarter.
Not sure what the officials were talking over, but it looks like the ball still will go to Utah Valley. I think they were changing the shot clock, so 21 on the shot clock. Grange has a great look from 3. Oh, man, you don't get much better look than that. Off the mark, and the Aggies off and running. Eccles in and out. Fano comes up with a big rebound.
Yes, great job by Fano there in the Wolverines. You force a miss, you get a rebound, you get into your offense a little quicker, you got more time to operate. Let's see what the Wolverines can do offensively here, but it started with a good defensive possession.
Anderson, a step back. That's no good.
1 for 11. Wolverines below, I mean, they're in the single digits in terms of percentage, 9% from downtown.
Anusa gets it poked out from behind. Carvalho Grange has another look from 3. She's not going to miss 2 in a row.
There you go, Madison Grange. Timely three-pointer, nothing but net. Only their second three-point field goal made this afternoon, but boy, was that much needed, and she took her time. Just right when it left your hand, you knew that thing was going down.
Anusa, now Prince. Prince, the long 2, comes up short.
And Malafal and Fano have done an excellent job these past 2 minutes of getting those rebounds, establishing good position early. That way there's not a scrum and it turns into a loose ball, second chance opportunity. Great job by those two, especially Malafal coming off the bench for Williams there. Her physical presence has made a difference.
Carvalho, high pick. She's going to take a long 2. Doesn't quite get the roll. I don't know what happened. Prince just kind of fumbled the ball. Carvalho is fouled. Will that be a shooting foul? I'm guessing yes.
We'll have to see what the official says here, but I believe it will be a shooting foul after the break. Things are heating up here in the UCCU Center. Aggies on top by 2. We'll be back in a moment.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Predicting Utah's diverse weather, it takes an experienced team, passionate about putting you in the know before you go. It takes the KSL weather specialists. Weather made special.
.410 left in the third quarter, and things are starting to pick up a little bit. The energy, you can feel it a little bit more in here. Utah Valley got off to a very, very slow start, and then a couple of buckets. A big, timely 3 from Madison Grange was able to stop the drought from Utah Valley, and they've held the Aggies to one of their last 8 shots, and Prince has just had a really hard time finding any kind of rhythm.
I love the approach that Coach Nielsen's taken here in the second half, just throwing multiple defenders at Prince. She's not getting comfortable. Grange has been outstanding off the bench. 7 points, hit that three-pointer, had the steal. So she's done a great job of just running around with Prince, because Prince comes off screens. You got to track her all over the floor offensively. She's done a great job in that respect, and she's played so well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see much more of her throughout the rest of this game.
Carvalho misses the second, but nearly got the long rebound. When I say long rebound, it looked like Fano tipped it out, but a little too far to track down. A 1-point lead for New Mexico State, and Utah Valley knocking on the door. Donaldson is checked in for the first time today. Henderson floats it up in the lane. Great contest by Josie, and Sohail comes up with her 5th rebound.
Wolverines are right back in it in terms of rebounding. Only a 1 rebound difference between the two teams. So they've done a much better job here. Now, I think the other piece that just needs a little tweak, which we just saw, turnovers. Don't want to force things here. Take your time. Get a good shot.
Grays back to Henderson. Inusa drives baseline, a beautiful kick inside to Harper, and that was just textbook. You sucked the defender outside a little bit, and that left her wide open.
Shania Harper, good finish. Mexico State's been in control here in the third quarter. Obviously it's close, but Wolverines still trying to regain the lead.
Sohail with a big-time mid-range jumper.
Nice shot there from Sohail. She's 2 of 6 now, 4 points. She's doing a nice job on the glass again, Kyle, 5 rebounds. But, of course, the Wolverines would love to see that jumper continue to fall.
Grays just kind of throws it right into the outstretched hands of Fano. The Wolverines, 2.5 to go in the third with a chance to reclaim the lead.
9 turnovers now for New Mexico State.
Fano takes a straight-on 3 and buries it.
Back-to-back triples for the Wolverines in terms of their last 2 attempts. They've made them. At one point they were 1 of 11. Now they're 3 of 13. And with that triple, they have regained the lead. And Fano has been outstanding. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Great stuff from Fano.
Grays, they dump it inside to Harper. Harper with the chip shot. It rattles in.
Another tie here. It's the 5th time the teams have been tied. 5 of these first 29 minutes that the game has been tied. I mean, this is just back and forth. This 4th quarter is going to be fun.
Fano, Sohail, right back to Fano. Oh, the scoop's no good. She gets her own rebound, and a scrap will result in a New Mexico State foul. That is only the 2nd team foul on the Aggies in the quarter. Not a lot of fouls in this quarter. In fact, not a whole lot of fouls in the game in general.
Only 13 combined fouls called. 7 on New Mexico State, 6 on UVU. I think these are the kind of games you love playing in because you just can get into a rhythm. There's a lot more flow. You're not bogged down by the whistle. Sohail unable to keep that one in. Just turnovers. 10 turnovers now for the Wolverines.
Inusa has a wide open look from 3. You don't want that if you're UVU. Fortunate miss and a great rebound by Josie.
First miss from New Mexico State from beyond the arc tonight.
Williams almost stepped into it, but Grange inside. Sohail attacking and fouled. She'll head to the free throw line.
Good play design, and I loved that Sohail just was determined to get to the rim as she came off that high screen, curled into the paint.
Ileana Tafisi checking into the game for Utah Valley. Tafisi, I love watching her game. She is so quick. She's got one of the quickest little crossovers and stops on a dime, and she's a scrappy defender, so I like the call.
There's the replay. Sohail clearly fouled there. Made the first free throw and misses the second. Fano continues. Shea Fano has just been outstanding. I can't emphasize that enough. 8 rebounds, 11 points, nearly on her way to a double-double. And there's still a whole quarter to play.
Tafisi. Williams, she takes a straight-on 3. That one's off the mark. UVU with a 1-point lead. About 8 seconds between game clock and shot clock.
Good defense here by the Wolverines. Shot clock's late.
Eccles going to have to get a shot off. What a play. With the clock ticking down, Utah Valley's got 5 seconds. Sohail has a look. She'll take a 3. Oh, no good, off the mark. Great way for New Mexico State to finish that off. And they lead by 1. We have 1 more quarter to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
All right, one more quarter to go. 3 quarters in the books. Utah Valley down 38-39. Upcoming broadcasts, we've got February 22nd and 23rd, women's volleyball against Chicago State, so be sure to tune in then. And across the board, Utah Valley's had kind of a struggling day, a loss in soccer for the women's team, their first loss against Grand Canyon, and the men's team, there was a plan to play, but the weather in Texas has caused some issues there, so that didn't
The
take
weather
place.
in Texas has caused some issues. An understatement. The weather in Texas has been insane.
It's been out of this world ridiculous. But we're back into the game. Sohail. Carvalho to Williams. A long baseline 2 is off the mark, but Sohail, the fortunate bounce goes her way. Carvalho, little hesitation, scoops it up with the right hand and in and out. Barely. Harper comes up with a rebound for the Aggies. Donaldson, and looks like we're going to have an offensive foul. I think that was on Harper as she got a little too fancy with the screen, so UVU will take back possession.
10 turnovers apiece for both teams here. That's going to be a critical thing. 9 minutes to go. Every possession counts. You want to get quality looks at the rim. Wolverines had a good look last time. Didn't go down, but that was a good offensive possession with Carvalho getting all the way to the basket.
Maria skips it over. Fano dials up a 3.
Back-to-back triples for Shea Fano. And that first half, she was primarily in the paint. She stretched the game here in the second half. 14 points now for Shea Fano. 1 rebound away from a double-double. 5 assists away from a triple-double. I don't think that's going to happen, but man, she has been unbelievable this afternoon. The block by Williams.
Oh, man, fortunately the Aggies were unaware that the ball just went right in between a couple of them. Carvalho gets a high roll from Fano. Nowhere to go, and man, fortunate, Utah Valley. Carvalho dials up a 3. It's short.
Off night for Carvalho. 2 for 12 from the field for Maria. She led the team in scoring yesterday. It just hasn't been there today. But she's got to continue to be aggressive, take open shots.
Turnover by New Mexico State. Harper couldn't quite handle the pass, but in comes Prince.
And they need Prince because they haven't scored a point here in the fourth quarter. A good opportunity here by the Wolverines to really take control with a double-digit lead. Those have been hard to come by this afternoon. It's been neck and neck between these teams.
Sohail, corner 3. That's good.
And the Wolverines, Kyle, have heated up from downtown at just the right time. They started 1 for 11. Since then, they're 4 of 7. And 5 of 18 overall here.
Prince gets it stripped by Anderson.
Fano's running the break. Opportunity here.
Carvalho, how much more open? You can see her smiling like, oh, I had all the
She
time in the
probably feels
world.
like I'm having an off game. So
Yeah.
I don't want to pull the trigger on this, which I respect. Go
Great
down
pass
to Williams.
inside. And you could see the Wolverine bench screaming, wanting a foul call, but no whistle.
Moving screen. Prince makes the shot. It's waved off, obviously, with the offensive foul. New Mexico State is in a drought. No points right now. Wolverines have a 6-0 advantage here in the fourth quarter with a chance to build upon that. Obviously, take whatever look you can get, but I would try to find Fano, who has had the hot hand this afternoon. Leads the Wolverines with 14 points. Get her a touchdown low.
And Williams looking for just that. It's knocked out by Grays. Henderson will check in for Eccles. Carvalho thought about the corner three, and it looks like she stepped out of bounds, so that'll be a Wolverine turnover.
11 turnovers now for the Wolverines. Those are the opportunities you hate to squander. Momentum's in your favor. You've got the ball. You can really make things difficult. And now the Aggies have an opportunity to get back in and dodge a bullet here in the fourth quarter.
Drive and kick. Prince doing a little dancing, and it's knocked out by UVU. 4 seconds on the shot clock, so great chance for the Wolverines to force a defensive stop, but New Mexico State's got a lot of offensive weapons.
And you got a rebound here. They're going to put something up quick, clear it with the rebound.
She's going to have to shoot. She does. No good. Rebound, Sohail.
Big opportunity here for the Wolverines to take their largest lead of the game. They'll go down to Williams.
Williams, I think she didn't quite know where she was when she turned to shoot.
And
that'll
she picks
be a
up
foul.
a personal foul, too. 3 personal fouls now for Josie.
I feel like at this point, I guess you're going to send in Malu foul.
I like that move. You don't want her to pick up a quick 4th foul. Then you're in a really tough spot. See, you got a 5-point lead. See if you can buy a minute or two with Malufau, who gave a nice boost in that third quarter. So Malufau's played well here. The only senior on the roster. Maybe
Prince.
a chance here to have a senior moment against New Mexico State.
Fano gets a hand on it. 7 on the shot clock, so another tough spot for the Aggies to be in.
Another late shot clock situation, and New Mexico State's going to throw something up. Key here is clear that rebound. Prince is going to have to take a 3.
Prince takes it. It's off the mark, and Inusa able to track down the long rebound.
Broken plays often lead to good opportunities. Credit the Wolverines for getting back defensively. Another late shot clock situation.
Inusa gets a great look from 3. It's no good, but an over-the-back call on Prince will give it back to Utah Valley. That's the 3rd team foul on New Mexico State in the quarter.
Speaking of Prince, Wolverines defensively have done a nice job. We'll see if they can continue to do a good job after the break. Less than 5 minutes to go here in Orem, Utah.
Get the breaking news, weather, and traffic you need to know before you go. Wake up to real stories from real people. The news specialists on KSL Today. Mornings made special.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
Welcome back inside the UCCU Center. Utah Valley holding on to a 5-point lead with 4:54 remaining in this game. The Wolverines lost to the Aggies yesterday, but have a great opportunity to come away with a win. And it looks like Grand Canyon lost to California Baptist again today, so that really evens the playing field for the Wolverines and gives them a solid opportunity to take second place in the regular season. A kick ball, we'll give it back to UVU.
The Aggies haven't scored a single point in the fourth quarter. Great defensive job here, and especially on Aaliyah Prince, who is scoreless in the second half. But with that being said, she is still a dynamic scorer. The job's not done.
No.
So a lot of work left to be done here to get a win, but they're in a good position. Now it's rebound, take care of the ball, convert opportunities, the fundamentals.
Anderson, Malu foul, now Fano. Shot clock is ticking down. Fano's going to have to take a three. I think it was deflected, and yeah, I thought we were going to have a shot clock violation,
too,
but
yes.
It looks like they reset it, so off we go.
It's been an off night for Carvalho. Offensively, she can make up for it all by keeping Prince off the board the rest of this fourth quarter. She's got the assignment right now on the dangerous Aaliyah Prince. Ooh, that was close to being stolen by Sohail.
Very close. Eccles finds a cutting Terrell. What a pass.
Their first bucket of the fourth quarter, and it came at just the right time.
Prince called for the foul. Carvalho with the sportsmanship, picking her back up.
Malofau did her job as she hits the bench for Josie Williams. She did a nice job defensively down low. Maybe a little breakdown on that last possession as the Aggies got their first points, but meanwhile, you'd buy some precious minutes for Williams, who has 3 personal fouls. Now she's back into the game with 3:40 left.
Carvalho. Fano. She's going to have to just turn and fire. She scores with the foul.
Fantastic stuff from Shea Fano, who's just been so dynamic all afternoon long. 16 points now. 1 rebound shy of a double-double.
And that stops a major drought for Utah Valley. You know, we were talking about the New Mexico State drought where they've only scored, I think, once here in the fourth quarter, but Utah Valley hadn't scored for almost 4 straight minutes. As you see on the replay, Fano gets hit, and she'll have a free throw. That one is off the back iron, but a fortunate bounce goes back to Utah Valley.
It's a season high for Fano, by the way.
Fano into Williams.
She's
That's
too low.
Right where she wants to be.
Yep. That was automatic. And tremendous job by Williams to get that deep into the paint before the entry pass came in. Williams now up to 11. The post presence for the Wolverines as you see the Aggies score there to keep things close. 27 combined points from Fano and Williams, their front court. Just great stuff. Wolverines in a great position with 3 minutes to go, but there's still 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So got to continue to score, take care of the ball.
Anderson takes a long two, no good, but looks like a foul against Josie Williams, and that is foul number 4 on Josie.
Man, I'd love to see the replay on that one. It looked like there was a couple. Here's the replay. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Oh, that is a tough call. Looked like she was just battling for position. I didn't see any moving people out of the way to getting the rebound. Tough break, but that happens. Now you got to get back defensively and get the rebound.
Eccles kicks it out. Inusa, no good on the 3. And Williams gets a big old rebound, and she is not having it. Oh, no. No, say it ain't so. She's pleading with the official. Oh, man, I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, no.
The Wolverine coaching staff just erupted here. This is just, I'm going to say it how it is. 2 bad calls against the Wolverines there.
And the long two, no good. Williams comes up with a big rebound, and now a foul against Williams.
Good play there by Williams. Just continuing to fight. Josie Williams gets the rebound. Wolverines 35 rebounds now. Both teams have 35 rebounds, which is a huge development as the Aggies out-rebounded them by 12 yesterday.
Yep.
And now Williams will head to the free throw line. 1-on-1 situation. No better player for the Wolverines to have on the free throw line right now as they lead by 5.
Williams' free throw is good. And she buries them both. Big time play from Josie.
Couple more stops, and the Wolverines will have this one in the bag. Got to keep an eye on Prince. The Wolverines in a zone. Oh!
Big steal by Sohail.
Coast to coast.
And Sohail fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. And UVU coming alive right when they need to.
Defensively, it's just been an outstanding defensive quarter for the Wolverines. They've held the Aggies to 4 points. They're +8 here in the fourth quarter, and they're a minute and 40 seconds away from getting a victory over the Aggies. We'll be back after this.
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com. Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
Utah Valley up 50-43 with 1:53 to go. It is definitely not over, but Utah Valley in a great position. Matt, we gotta talk about Williams and Fano, the game that they've had today. What has really stood out to you so far?
They've just been so physical, as you saw in that last couple sequences from Josie Williams there, who's now up to 13 points, 9 rebounds. Her and Fano with 9 rebounds apiece. That was something Coach Nielsen was not happy with yesterday, the rebounding. And they have responded fantastically today. It's dead even, 35 rebounds apiece between each team. And then offensively, they've both been great. Fano hitting a couple three-pointers was huge in the third and fourth quarter for the Wolverines. Sohail hits the free throw. Largest lead now for the Wolverines at 8. They've just been such a presence on both sides of the floor. It's been really fun to see here as they've responded so well against a good New Mexico State team.
1:50 to go, and the Wolverines bringing out some pressure. The Wolverine men's team is going to be playing against New Mexico State today as well, and they're playing at a high school in El Paso, Texas, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's they can't play in the state of New Mexico, so they've kind of set up shop in El Paso, and that'll be happening later tonight.
Prince elbow jumper is off the mark. Prince has just gone cold and still hasn't scored.
Double-double for Shea Fano after that rebound. 16 and 10 season high in scoring. The double-double as well.
6 assists to go along with that too. What a stat line. 1:11 left, and Utah Valley with their largest lead today at 9.
I think a bucket here would be the nail in the coffin, too, for the Wolverines. To put a cherry on top of a splendid fourth quarter. They've outscored the Aggies 14-4 here in the fourth.
Fano gets trapped. Carvalho scoops up in transition. Nope. But there's Williams to clean it up and score.
Double-double. Alert for Josie Williams.
We've got ourselves a double-double.
15 and 10 for Josie, and what a fitting way to put a cap on a nice win. It's Josie Williams collecting an offensive rebound, putting it back in. 16-4, Kyle, here in the fourth quarter. Just incredible stuff from the Wolverines. What a difference a day makes from yesterday's fourth quarter, where the Aggies were the hot team. This time it was Utah Valley here in the fourth. And
Carvalho is fouled from behind.
Carvalho will go to the free throw line. 6 points for Carvalho. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Not a great shooting game for Maria, but those outstanding performances from Williams and Fano, the catalyst. Standing ovation here for Josie Williams. Well deserved. 15, 10, 4 assists.
So impressive.
And really it was that sequence where she gets called for a foul. Was not a foul. Then on the other end, gets the rebound, calls for traveling. And what does she do? Follows it up with another defensive rebound, draws the foul, goes down, hits the 2 free throws. That really was the end of the opportunity for New Mexico State.
Utah Valley doing a great job closing things out, and a foul on Malufau. UVU looking for a traveling violation. But speaking of Va'i Malufau, the lone senior on the team, Utah Valley is going to take a moment to honor her for her contribution here at Utah Valley and the years at this program. And so be sure to stay with us on the WAC Digital Network as they have a little ceremonial moment for her.
Senior from Laie, Hawaii, one of the gems of the world. Love that place. A lot of basketball still left for Malufau. It's not like the season's over, but
New Mexico State able to clean it up and get a bucket. 6 seconds remain. Utah Valley still in a great spot, and it looks like they're going to dribble it out. And that's all she wrote. Utah Valley splits the series with New Mexico State on back-to-back days. They lose yesterday and win today.
Wolverines finish off that fourth quarter, Kyle, 18-6. Just a dominating fourth quarter by Coach Nielsen's Wolverines, led by Fano and Williams, 16 and 15 respectively. Both of them had a double-double. The Wolverines, 26 points in the paint. Just really impressive stuff from Utah Valley there in that fourth quarter to respond to what was a difficult loss yesterday against New Mexico State. But this Wolverine team, too, I think it's worth noting, Kyle, with Malufau about to be honored as a senior. Just one senior. I mean, Williams will be back.
Yeah. Williams and Carvalho both made the all-WAC, preseason team, and, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the all-WAC team at the end of the season as well. And again, a very, very young team, but Malufau, can't say enough about her contribution to this team, and such a great rebounder, and has had some really, really clutch moments for this team over the years. And so I'm excited that this team they have an opportunity to really honor her right now.
And let's not forget her presence in this game.
Oh, yeah.
No points, 2 rebounds, but held the fort down when Williams picked up that third foul, where they needed 2 good minutes of stops.
Cool little tribute video there for Vai Malufau, and I love how they give, you can see it on the feed right there, they give him that framed,